Well, hello there, beautiful rays of light. Thank you for joining me on the Hill Spot podcast. I am Nikki S. Salas, your host, spiritual guide, well-being educator, and all-around inspiration giver. This is about promoting healing. We want to promote healing so we can live better. When we are doing better, we are able to enjoy our lives. And how do we do this? We do this by positively affecting the different aspects of the self, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, and the spirit. The spirit loves that. It goes along for the ride. So make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of upcoming videos and life teachings. Thank you for joining me. Peace and blessings. Well, hello, beautiful rays of light. I just want to take in a deep inhale, exhale, because I have had a beautiful 50th year young. Notice how I say young? Birthday celebration. We decided, my husband and I, because he is a few days, or actually 5 days before me, to go to California. And the first stop was Mammoth Lakes, California. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. When I say that this city, beautiful town actually, was so, we know, right? Me and you know that heaven is a state of being, right? But when it comes to a physical place, a lot of times we may view heaven as looking a certain way and differently in our own right. But when I say this place, this city, this town was so heavenly, is words couldn't describe it. I'm pretty sure you have saw some of the shorts that I shared, some of the moments of this experience that I had the pleasure to witness, to be in, to immerse myself in on my YouTube and some on my Facebook. But it was, oh God, the words in the videos did it no justice. But all the same, I am grateful for this time in California, and grateful to be able to share it with you all. So I would like to get straight into, um, wow, I just had to take another moment, you all, because it's just giving me chills thinking about it again. But let's get into turning 50 years young. I'm grateful for that as well. I'm grateful for everything that came with getting to this point, this moment, this being of who I am today, because it all has been a part of the plan. It all has been part of the journey. And I have gained so many valuable lessons throughout the moments, the compilation of moments throughout the years. And like I said earlier, I choose to say 50 years young. And even when I'm speaking to someone else, I say such and such years young, because we are as young, as youthful as we feel. Is, our age is more than what um how we term ourselves or define ourselves chronologically, right? In numbers. It's more than that. It's how we feel. And I say this from, again, from my own knowing, and from those who I have had the gratefulness of being in their lives, being in their past, people that are more years seasoned than me, 70s, 80s, 90s. I've even known centurions, okay? People that have lived past a hundred. But when I talk about living, I'm talking about those who have understood that, just as what I said earlier, that we are not our chronological age. We are how we feel. We are how we live. And they have throughout the years inspired me and give me even more to look forward to in the years to come. I have heard many people talk about they would say. They would say that getting old sucks. But again, it's all off of how you feel. And it doesn't have to be getting old, because getting old and aging is two different things, right? We are going to go up in this chronological number game, right? We will go up. And we should strive to go up. I encourage you so you could be able to have something to look forward to and something to revel in as far as what you have went through and we got on the other side of. And for that to be filled with as much joy as possible. And even in a quote unquote, and I say quote unquote, what we deem as bad, but revel in how it brought you in your good. And that is my knowing. That is how I live my life. That all that I have been through has again brought me to who I am. So we started off in Mammoth Lakes. I would like to share more with you. We started off in Mammoth Lakes because we wanted to go to the mountains. We went to the mountains, and the highest point of one of the mountains that we had to took a gondola ride up to was over 11,000 feet. Actually, 11,053 feet of high elevation. And the air up there, yes, the air is thinner and less oxygen, but it just makes you, understand, because everything is how we, um, how we can better understand ourselves and just life in general and understand others. But even going in this high elevation gave me so many lessons. One of them being that as we go up, like I talk about chronological age, things change, right? Even when we was going up the gondola ride. And I was, kind of taken back because I've never been in a gondola before. As far as, this higher elevation, we were already, Mammoth Lakes town already sits about between 8,000 and 9,000 feet, depending on what part you're in of this town. And then we was going up. And to me, I was taking it all in as, yes, divine creator. This is how we go up in life. And as we go up in life, things changes. These changes, they might make you feel a little bit shaky because it's unfamiliar to you. You don't know, really where you're going. This is unknown, right? But then when we go up, as we did, we went up this gondola ride and we went to this mountain, and got out. The beautiful reward, you all. Oh my God. To be able to look down, and again, comparing this, using this as a metaphor for our lives. We can look down, as I did, look down this mountain and thought of all, as much as I could, of what I have overcame in life, went through in life, and gotten to the other side, the sweet rewards. Again, to me, I choose not to see everything I went through as bad, but life lessons and challenges to help make me, mold me of who I was back then, and preparing me for higher elevations in the future. So we started off the birthday celebrations in Mammoth Lakes, California. And we then drove down. Oh, let me pause and tell you about this drive to Mammoth Lake. We stopped out. Well, I shouldn't say stopped off, but I guess it is considered a stop. We flew into Fresno, California. From Fresno, California, we drove. We wanted to see the sights, which is something that we love to do. We love to take road trips. Just roll the windows down, take in all the beautiful scenery and people. And we love everywhere we go to see as much as we can of how other people live their lives. Just observing them. The person walking down the street, riding a bike, going into the grocery store. I love to take it all in. So when we was driving up from Fresno to Yosemite, woo, there was an experience. I don't know if you all have ever drove on the side of cliffs. It was something, and even that was lessons of how we're used to driving. Excuse me. I should say down here and lower elevation, but driving on amongst these cliffs, not just around these cliffs, but amongst the cliffs and amongst the mountains is different. You have to change how you drive. Ain't that a lesson? You got to change how you drive. You got to change how you do things when you go uh, in different places, right? So we drove through Yosemite. We was able to experience Yosemite Park, which is beautiful, as much as we saw. And we went to Mammoth Lakes. So from Mammoth Lakes, we came down. We spent some time in Mammoth Lakes, and we drove back down on the other. But we drove to Los Angeles, but we drove on the other side. Actually, we was on. I remember the road. It was US 395. We was on that for a while, and we was able to go through Death Valley, the Mojave Desert, and beautiful on that side too. Eat different scenery too. It was just all of California. You have a beautiful state. You Californians, you all have a beautiful state. And we went down to LA. We met up with some family that had flew into LA to join in with us on the birthday celebrations. And that's another thing, a lot of times we talk about what we eat, what we physically eat for nourishment to help in our healing, right? Healing of, different things that's going on in our bodies, which is a continuing process, right? But let me tell you of another thing that helps with our healing. That is being in an environment, being surrounded by people who you truly love and that love you as well. Oh my God, that just really fills my cup. So I was grateful, very grateful, still grateful for sharing this experience with my husband and the family members that flew in to share in this birthday celebration. And LA was a beautiful city as well. Much to do, much going on. And if you know a little bit about me, I just, like I said earlier about, driving through different towns and cities, I love to observe people and how they live and how they enjoy themselves. We went to different places, the Griffith Observatory. We went to the ocean. We had to go to the beach, right? I love water. We went to the Pacific Ocean, Santa Monica Pier, Santa Monica Beach, Venice Beach. We went to Marina del Rey. We went to through South Central. Just different neighborhoods and towns of California on in South California, which was beautiful. And all of this has reassured me, has confirmed in me that being 50 years young is such a blessing. I am again so grateful for. I I look forward to all that is to come because I know this has just been some of the chapters of this book of my life. And I look forward to the many chapters that I will choose to create for my life story and what the divine creator will put in my life story too. The surprises, the miracles, the things that I am not planning for, but I know will be in my good, will be in my favor, which means it will come into my life to help me to go into these different stages of life. One of the things about that I am affirming, choosing to affirm about being 50 years young is that like I said earlier, but I'm going to say it very plainly, I choose my life as well as you choose your life. When I was younger, for I want to say maybe, of course, as a child, teens, 20s, up until early 30s, I thought that life had to be in such and such way as what somebody else or other people were saying or doing. But I'm here to tell you that don't have to be. It don't have to be. You get to decide how your life is going to be. And like I said, things that come out of our plans will happen. That's just part of life. I believe that happens to keep us grounded and remind us that we are still human beings on this earth, Just like our spirits being in this body, the spirit is grounded to this earth because of the body. And when that transition happens of going from the physical body, what many may call death, to straight the spiritual realm, if it is free. But until then, it is grounded in this body, right? And it needs that, right? It needs the body to have life and to go through these experiences so it can learn. It makes me think of um, some of the movies that I will watch where different aliens will come to the earth and they say, well, we're coming to learn from you. That's what the spirit does. The spirit comes in our bodies to learn of this new body that it chose and the other spirits and the bodies that are being on this earth. Yes, so out of all that I have learned in my life, it is you get to choose, I get to choose how we live our life. And it does not have to look like what somebody else's life is. Whatever that's going on for them, we wishing them well, right? But if you try that and it is not working well with you, like you have heard me say, do what's well with your soul, do something else. And it's okay. I have another thing I have learned is when we are consistently doing the things that bring us joy beyond the pleasure sensor, right? The pleasure, it tickles the body, it makes us feel good. Yes, that's true, but I'm talking about joy comes from it's something that aligns with the spirit. It is come to me, it is the unfolding of the spirit. Yes, it can be pleasurable. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with feeling pleasure, having pleasure, but joy is deeper. That's the way that I love to define it. It's deeper, it's longer lasting, and joy is a state of being that it helps us to feel better emotionally, mentally. The body is being fed from that, and the spirit is on board. It wants us to be more in joy so we can have all these, these different parts of us in great health, which increases or is the state of well being. And that's actually how we create heaven on earth in our body. You heard me say earlier about Mammoth Lake looking heavenly, and me and you know that heaven is a state of being, but it can be produced, it can be manifested outwardly, but it all starts with within, right? So yes, that's it in a nutshell. I am just grateful. I am still riding at the grateful train. I'm still riding the joy train of being in this year, 50 years young, looking forward to more to come. And I just thank you for sharing this time and this space with me. Until the next time, beautiful Razor Light. Take care of yourselves, create your story, and enjoy your life. If you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below. Like the video. Please comment. I encourage you to comment to let me know how you even feeling today. Feel so free to share. Till the next time.